Bitcoin, as I was doing some trades, some day trades, we had some interesting stuff coming up, right? So the other day, we had a rising wedge here on Bitcoin, right? We had the rising wedge, and that was the stream I was talking about when we were around this area. So we kind of went through this falling wedge, and falling wedges are what? Falling wedges are bullish patterns. As you can see down here, falling wedge, bullish pattern. Not only are falling wedges bullish patterns, you could also consider it a bull flag, but it is a falling wedge. It's a falling wedge, right? So we had a bullish pattern called the falling wedge that happened, and then we broke out of that pattern here, right? And then we hit this resistance right here and pulled back. So we hit the resistance and did a pullback. But there's a possibility that we could have more pumping, right? If we get to this area right here and continue downwards, we're definitely heading straight down to 60K, right? But if we get to this area here and we bounce, we're coming back up to 65 and possibly even pushing higher. So that's a possibility here with Bitcoin. This is the 30-minute chart, by the way. So if you come over here and you look at this, we also had what we call a bullish divergence, and that's what caused this uptrend. The bullish divergence caused that uptrend right there. And as you can see here, bullish divergence is obviously, as it says inside the name, it's a bullish pattern. So we see a bullish pattern inside of our bullish divergence, and it went bullish, right? So that's why we seen the pump that we seen right there. And I know you guys probably hear some shit in the background just making a bunch of noise. I'm in the Philippines. Shit's loud out here, all right? You know, they're doing some type of construction. They're beating on stuff out there. It is what it is. But what I'm looking for right now here is going to be a push upwards, right? We're looking for a push upwards, possibility that we do push upwards from here. Now, this is the percent R trend exhaustion. This is the white line here is the short-term trend. The blue line is the long-term trend, right? Right now, what we want to see is this long-term trend curving upwards, pushing the short-term trend up with it so we can see a continued uptrend. We want to see that continued uptrend here inside of the market. So as you can see with the 30-minute chart, like how we looked at it before here, again, if we go below this level here, then this is pretty much confirming that we're going back down to 60K, right? So your confirmation is technically right here. Your confirmation is like 64.5K. If we go below 64.5K, you have confirmation that we're about to dump. And honestly, I would wait till it gets below this level here, which is about 64K flat. Like if we get below 64K flat, then that would be a better confirmation. So let's just say 64K flat on the dot. That's a better confirmation. So I would say if we get below that level, then you're going to want to pay attention to that, because then that is your confirmation for taking a if you want to do shorts. I don't know if people are doing shorts out there like that, but if you want to do shorts, then you could go ahead and do that. And yeah, that would pretty much be what you want to look for when it comes to the pricing here. So that's what we're looking for here for Bitcoin. We're waiting for this to go down lower to see if we break 64K flat, and if we break that level, then we're coming down here to 60K. So that's what we're watching out for here on Bitcoin. But if we push higher and we push past where we're at now, we're now looking for the previous highs of the last run, because we've already kind of crossed the previous lows, which is this area here. The previous highs are going to be up here, so we're really looking towards 68K, whether it's up here at the Fibonacci at 68.5 or right here at like 67K. We're looking towards 68K pretty much. That's what we're looking to try to break here inside of Bitcoin, right? And then we have the hourly chart. So the hourly chart is going to show us a little bit more info when it comes to our indicators, right? So when you look at the percent R trend exhaustion on the hourly chart, we see that it keeps coming up, pulling back a little bit, coming up, pulling back a little bit, right? That's the long-term trend. We see the short-term trend has pulled back a little bit as well. So if the short-term trend continues to come back and the long-term trend does too, we might end up seeing it trying to push up later on, which would look like this. It would look like it coming down to this level like I mentioned, and then it would look like it pushing up there. So that's what we're looking for here, primarily with Bitcoin. And then we're also seeing the MACD. We're seeing the buying pressure in the MACD fluctuating, but it's still going up. So we're still having an increase in buying pressure. Still had our bullish divergence here on the MACD, which caused that breakout in the first place. And again, bullish divergence is higher lows on the MACD as the price pulls back. So, it's a bullish signal. And then we have the 2-hour chart on Bitcoin. This is the 2-hour chart here on Bitcoin. And on the 2-hour chart, you're seeing that the MACD is showing lots of buying pressure building up, right? And then we also have the %R trend exhaustion slowly but surely increasing. So we want to see that increasing even more. And then if you look at the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, you can kind of see it's just getting started. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a recovery phase here. But the real question is going to be for how long, because we had bearish divergence right here, lower highs on the MACD. That's called bearish divergence. So it's the opposite of the bullish divergence. So we've seen bearish divergence, and then we've seen a little bit of a selling pressure here. So what's going to end up happening here is we're not going to have much buying pressure, right? The buying pressure is going to push up a little bit, but it's going to be below this level here, because as you can see, the bearish divergence, it's going to be below that level. So we're not going to get much buying pressure, just enough to kind of push us up to where we are now at about 65K, 66K is what we reached. Or I don't know if I don't think we'll get all the way up to 68K, but we'll see. When the stock market opens, I will be day trading MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy is having an interesting breakdown right now. I predict within the next week or two, MicroStrategy will pull back down to about $102, right? That's what I predict MicroStrategy will end up doing. So, we just gotta wait for that. Let me make sure everything's going well here. Let me see some ones in the chat, or let me see something in the chat. What do you guys think about this analysis so far? Let me see some ones in the chat. All right. Making sure my audio is working. Making sure the stream's running good. All right. Making sure my audio is working, because I obviously had some problems before this. So yeah, let me see you guys in the chat. I really want to do streams every day. I just need that support, guys. I need that support. Mess with me in the chat. If you're watching this on the playback, on the clip for YouTube, come follow me on Kick. This is where I'm gonna be doing all the streams every day, right? But anyways, like I was mentioning with Bitcoin, we are still seeing a little bit of a pullback, but again, we need to get pretty much to this level here where we're already at, or where we bounced at, but we don't want to bounce below it if we're trying to be bullish, right? If we're trying to be bullish, we want to stay above this level right here. We want to stay above it as we come up here to 65.9K. We want to stay above that level down there. So that's pretty much the main focus here, is staying above that line. If we go below that line, we know that we're about to be super bearish here, super bearish. All right. And I do believe that we're going to pull below it. I do believe we're going to go below it. I think we might try to retest a little higher up here, and then we could continue downwards from there. But the 30-minute chart is a really good chart for checking the short term. So we'll have to see what happens there. We'll have to see what happens. All right. So yeah, if we can stay above those levels, then we'll be good pretty much. So we just gotta stay above there. And that's pretty much how we're working it right now on the short term. When it comes to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up 3.7% in the last 24 hours, 2.6% in the last 7 days, 3.9% in the last 14 days, 24.8% in the last 30 days, and 29% in the last year. So it's doing fairly well. It's doing fairly good. I mean, despite what people think, it's holding up, because it had a little bit of a recovery from 62K back up here, went all the way up to 66K, but we'll see if it continues to hold strong. The fear greed index for Bitcoin and for crypto in general is at 11. So that's extreme fear. So we still have extreme fear here for the fear greed index. typically when we get extreme fear, we usually have a relief rally. We usually have some type of pump that comes in, and it happens all the time whenever we see it getting this low. So there's a possibility, again, that we could have a nice recovery. That's why I'm waiting to see what happens at this level. Again, if this level at 64K is broken, then now we are looking towards 60K. We're looking at it coming down towards 60K. So that's pretty much what I'm waiting on and how I'm playing this. So I'm playing it smart. Send some messages, put some messages in the chat. Help me get monetized on Kick. Help me get into the Kick Partner Program. One of the requirements is actually getting comments. So that would actually really help me out. And I really do want to stream on Kick like full time. So like I need you guys to, show some love, show some comments. Viewers, obviously that helps. Chatterboxers have 100 unique chatters in the last 30 days. Only have 3 because I started yesterday. I started streaming yesterday. So only had 3 chatters so far. Streamed for a total of 15 hours in the last 30 days. That's easy. And then, the main thing is people following and chatting. And then the subscribers will come because then I have to get subscribers as well. So yeah. Show some love, show some support. That'll help out. Show some love, show some. But yeah. Let's see. You guys could even just put a 1 in the chat too. Like that would help out also. Because if not, I'm gonna have to go get me some bots. I'm gonna have to go get me some bots if you guys don't help me out. Right? The bots are gonna have to help me. No, I'm not gonna do bots. But look, what we got with Bitcoin, it's probably gonna end up being a pretty big pullback. We'll have to wait for it. So yeah, I posted this. But yeah, let's go over some other Bitcoin stuff. So Bitcoin finally dumped below 63K. This was someone saying on Twitter. As promised, he wants to scam you. So make sure you don't get scammed by Crypto King because he's trying to scam you. The second you interact with any of his contract addresses or anything like that, it'll be a scam, and then you'll literally get all your money literally taken out of your wallet. So yeah, don't trust that. Don't trust none of them. This guy said he's officially a Bitcoin billionaire scammer. As he promised, he'll try to scam you for all your money and then pretend like he's going to give you 66K, but he's not. He's just going to scam you. Oh yeah, this guy too, he is officially doing a scam giveaway as well, scamming one random person for whatever they have. And yeah, most of the people on Twitter are scammers. Like most of the crypto people on Twitter are scammers. All right. So yeah, I wouldn't trust any of them. If they say they're trying to give you money, just automatically assume that they're trying to scam you. And yeah, that's literally all there is to it. Just assume that they're trying to scam you. All right. US is about to start a war in Iran. Don't panic. Markets have already priced it in. Historically, wars equal more deficits, more money printing, a weaker currency, hard assets benefit, volatility first, then massive upside. That's what this person is saying. Bitcoin is preparing for a final dump to 50K. I don't think that's the final dump, but I do believe it is going to dump to 50K. And I've showed why I believe that plenty of times. As you can see here, if we scroll out, let's do the 4-hour chart. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we're going to end up seeing that come down to 50K. So yeah, I do believe it will pull back to 50K. It's only a matter of time. But I don't believe that is going to be the low. I don't think that's going to be the all-time low for Bitcoin. But 50K is definitely inside of the books. All right. This guy says Bitcoin is close to hitting the cyclical bottom. That your panic is growing and you don't know where the bottom will be. This multi-year support suggests that bottom will be around 54K to 60K. So that's what this person says. They say 54 to 60K. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they think. Just in Steak and Shake. Oh, no, this one's old. This is an old post. Yeah, Steak and Shake bought some Bitcoin. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on inside the market. A lot of people talking. They're scared. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's going on. It is what it is. But you just gotta stay strong inside the market. Again, this extreme fear is at 11 right now. It's 11 at extreme fear, which typically means there's usually a rebound coming. Whenever we hit these levels of extreme fear, we usually have some type of a rebound coming. So the fact that we're at extreme fear kind of just shows like we're probably gonna have a recovery coming pretty soon. We've already seen a little bit of recovery. I think it's going to come down even more to 60K, possibly breaking 60K. But again, you never know. We never really know. So we just got to wait for that. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. That's how I see things playing out for Bitcoin. And then, oh yeah, another thing, Bitcoin miners, the people that are mining Bitcoin are no longer profitable. So there's going to be less Bitcoin being mined, and that is going to have an effect on Bitcoin, right? So let's actually, oh, this is not showing nothing over here. This is loading all slow. But yeah, the Bitcoin miners, they're no longer profitable. So you're going to be seeing less Bitcoin being mined. That's pretty much the basis of that. So yeah, let's click this now. See what we got here. Crypto's biggest exchange fights back against allegations of moving billions of Iran-linked money. The Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and Fortune all reported that investigators had been let go after identifying sanctions violating transactions. So yeah. Binance accused the Wall Street Journal of publishing false and defamatory claims that it fired investigators who raised concerns about funds moving through the exchange to sanctioned Iran-linked entities. The company says the staff in question resigned and were not punished for compliance complaints, asserting that an internal review found no violations. Binance maintains that suspicious activity was detected and reported as evidence. So yeah, I mean, they can't really help who uses their platform. Like they can't really, like if Iran is using their platform, like how are they supposed to know? They can use Iran. They can use VPNs, false accounts, and everything. Like it's kind of hard for them to navigate that. Same thing with Russia. When Russia was sanctioned, like how is Binance supposed to stop that?